I think my 3 key takeaways from how to get better in MX bikes is patience, practice, and watching. YouTube, what's going on? Exhibit here, bringing you a brand new video. In today's video, we are talking about how to get better on MX bikes in beta 17. The servers were down the other night, so the homies and I went into testing and we talked about it. Let me know what you guys think about my key takeaways, as well as put a comment down below what your guys' key takeaways are. I want to read some of them. And as always, guys, I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you guys did, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on. And until next time, guys, much love. First things first, patience. You just got to be patient while you're playing it. You're not going to be a god like MESX4. You can get really good, like kind of like right off like the first couple weeks or first like week, right? You can get the game down and shit like that. But with bikes, you just got to be patient. Like my first goddamn 5 months, I was completely down bad at this game. I was so bad. I could never go straight. I was never consistent or anything like that. And then once I started being patient with the game, once I started putting more hours in the game, I just became a lot better. Like I have 480 hours now. That's a span of almost a year now. So I think just being patient with the game is very important. Because if you're not patient, you're going to get frustrated. You're going to get flustered. And that's not a good sign for any video game that you play. You don't want to get flustered in video games just because then you're not going to have any fun with it. So that's one key takeaway, I think, personally. Do you guys have anything to go with patience? All right, well, they don't have anything, chat. Okay, so
I said it first, patience is key. That's the most important part.
Yeah, don't get frustrated.
100%. Yeah, I'm gonna
keep working on it.
Play with friends. Play with friends, 100%.
Well, that's a good one. That's a good one. I think the next thing is practice. So with patience comes practice, right? Right. With practice comes patience. I don't know what the term is, but just a lot of hours, a lot of practice, and a lot of patience is going to be your friend of this game. Because once you start putting on a lot of practice of this game, you're gonna start looking like an actual decent player that can actually hit every jump, do everything in Supercross that other pros are doing, per se. Like some rhythm sections you'll finally get. I wasn't even able to do Supercross for like 8 months. I was chalked for 8 months of Supercross.
Stay away from Supercross.
Stay away from Supercross and 450s.
That's key. Do not do 450s off the rip. Like if you do a 450 off the rip, you're chalked, because it's not going to be fun.
Also, like about the patience thing, I would say, like, you got to be extremely patient. We didn't start like getting. I'm not gonna say we're like amazing, but we didn't start like getting good until what? I'm at like 400 something hours. I don't know what you guys are at.
Yeah, I'm at 480, so it took me a while.
It took me like 300 hours just to go around a track without crashing.
Not even.
But
Consistently.
to piggyback on that though, like that takes practice, right? Patience and practice is the most important thing, I think, for this game. Just because once you get that practice down, everything else will come easy to you. Like everything will come easy to you. Supercross will become easier. Motocross will become easier. You see people going fast and you'll be like, okay, let me follow these guys. And then you can start hitting their lines. And that's just all comes from practice. Just practice. We played this game for maybe, I would say, an hour to 2.5 hours every night for the last year.
Yeah.
And it just takes practice, to be honest. Just like if you wanted to be a pro at Call of Duty, what do you need to do? You need to have practice. Like you're not gonna become pro overnight. And then Hunter said, yeah, I practice on 450s, so when it comes to a 250, it feels a lot easier to ride. See, I would piggyback and say don't ride a 450 off the rip. I would say ride a 250 off the rip. Just because it's easier to handle, especially now on beta 17, right?
Yeah.
Beta 16 it would probably been a little bit easier, but I would still recommend a 250. But I'm stoked that it worked for you, Hunter, to be honest. And then the next thing I would say is just watching. With practice and everything, you can keep riding. You can keep like going to track and just riding and stuff like that. That's going to be one thing. But I think watching other people play is huge. Like I started watching a lot of videos Linz's videos. I watched other people's pro videos, like Aiden's videos. I watched a lot of other people's videos, and it helped me realize what I need to work on. I also watched like I watched the Munyon videos of like his pro races that he did back in the day. Just like what I can learn and what I can do to add to my game. I thought that was very important, because once you start watching other people, you're going to learn more different techniques, and you're going to learn that you can do other things on the bike that you didn't know you could do before, or like a section that you didn't know you could do before. And then you start practicing that, and then you chop off like 1.5 seconds from your time, and now you're already feeling better, right? So I think watching other people is just very important. And that goes with like any other game too. Like I watch a lot of pro Call of Duty players. I'm not saying I'm pro Call of Duty or anything like that, but I learn a lot from watching a lot of people play Warzone. I learned from Tim. I mean, Tim is trash at Warzone, but I learned from him, you know? So it's like, I think watching, practice, and patience is like the 3 most important things. Personally. You guys have any other pointers of what you guys think is what your 3 like main things for the game is?
Make the game fun.
Yeah, I'd say play with friends because it makes it fun. Stay calm. Don't get insanely frustrated with the game.
Especially in the beginning.
Just lots of practice. Yeah.
I 100% agree with that. Nope, Liam, go.
I'd say like practicing when to sit and stand, like stand through the braking bumps, sit into the tight corners, like line choice. So make sure you're not coming in too tight to the corners. You're nice and wide, so you're going to apex into the apex of the rut, and you're going to be much smoother through the corners. And then like practice leaning back and forth when you need to be leaning back and forth.
That's very, very
Test it
key.
all out. Get loose on the bike, feel the limit. If you want to get more throttle control, ride the 450, because you're going to need a lot of throttle control comparison to a smaller bike.
Those are all great points, chat. You
Whatever's comfortable.
literally take that and apply it, because every single point that he just said, very, very important when playing. Very, very important.
I got a little sidebar to all this too. Once you become like comfortable enough to start going in online lobbies and stuff like that, learn what a blue flag is.
I mean,
Use brakes on the start.
yeah, that's other things, but
If you crash, make sure you crashed, you put yourself down. So try and make sure when you crash or get up that you don't take someone else out. Like if someone's coming right behind you, maybe don't hard reset your bike straight away so they can ride over the top of it. Like try pick a gap without ruining other people's races. It's pretty hard to avoid, but yeah, people are going to like you a lot more if you like keeping an eye out on track. If you're slow as well and someone's much faster than you, it might be better to just move out of their way, because they're going to eventually pass you anyway.
I 1000% agree.
But that's just later on down the road once you start getting into online lobbies.
Yeah, chat, because like if I remember correctly, I didn't like to go to online lobbies. I thought going to lobbies with just the boys. We had our lobbies like locked for a while, chat. I mean, for a while before I started playing online, before I felt comfortable enough to actually go into Kazi's lobby and play with him and do all those races that he does with his crew. Like it took me a while to get comfortable on bikes just before I can ever do that. But what they're saying is just, if you do that, be courteous of other people around you in this game, because they're having the same problems you are. They're trying to do the same thing you are, you know, so you just got to be courteous. Piggybacking off of what Echo and Max says as well, have fun. I think that's also a key point. If you're not having fun in this game, don't play the game. It's meant to have fun, right? It's a sim, obviously. It's meant to be like real life, right? To a degree, right? But if you're not having fun with your boys, like, it's not worth it. Like, if you're just getting frustrated, yeah, if you're just getting frustrated and you're not enjoying it, honestly, it's not worth it, because it's going to get even more. It's going to get tough. It's going to get tough in the beginning, so you got to enjoy the struggle, to be honest.
Yeah, don't get frustrated at, like, if you're like in online lobbies or something like that. Don't get frustrated at like seeing that other people are way faster than you, but because you got to remember, they all started at the same point you were.
Yep.
They couldn't
It's like the
do
gym.
a lap or whatever.
Yeah, good analogy. Yep, good analogy. But Max is like
People are gonna
not
make fun of
swole.
you.
Max is weak, Chad. Don't listen to him.
Dude,
But
I can't
um,
bench more than you.
no, you can't. But yeah, no, Chad. Like I think patience, practice, watching, learning other people, learning other people's tendency, having fun is just like the most important thing about this entire game. Because you can one day, like if you feel like you're good enough, you can actually ride in aerials and you can try to qualify for like actual racing events. So
Win money and shit.
yeah, you can win money and all that fun stuff. So I think those are my key takeaways with the boys. Just honestly, just have fun with the game, be patient with the game, practice it, and watch.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
One thing that I kind of wish I did was get used to a stock suspension bike. Don't worry about setup so much right off the bat.
I think that is
was
true
like a
too.
That was the biggest thing
setup.
for me. I couldn't get used to a single bike because I was trying every single bike. You guys can vouch for this, every fucking 2-3 days. I was on a new bike, new graphics kit. What?
I ran out of fuel on it.
Look at what Merc said. Yeah, so piggybacking off of what Echo said, don't worry about setup off the rip. Just worry about learning the mechanics, and you can go from there. And once you start learning other people, what they're doing, and you can't get comfortable, then start worrying about setup, right? But just learn the mechanics first, learn the controls, the settings. But like Merc said, right, or not Merc, but like York said right here, stock suspension is meant to like work. So it's like you want to learn off the beginning base of the game and then expand on it. That's basically how the game is meant to work, right? So don't worry about setup, worry about just learning the game and then get into the different mechanics, just like every other game. So and then Merc also just said, he said, take him for example, the homie Merc, take him for example. He said, I was playing on a laptop at one point, and now he's racing in the most prestige, one of the most prestige racing series is Aerial. So it's like you can come from the very bottom all the way to the top. Like it's just through those key takeaways.
Aerial is like our factory racing or whatever of sim.
Oh shit.
Like it's probably like the best of the best of the game.
Stick to
Yeah.
basics.
Yeah. Don't worry about whips and scrubs.
I'm worried
and
about scrub.
It looks cool, but you don't need it. Right.
Especially in first person. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to learn in first person.
Oh, that's a good point too, because like to start off the game, chat, honestly, if like you've done other sims before, do what you've done in other games. But if you haven't never done a sim before, honestly, I would start maybe in third person and maybe rotate into first.
Honestly, I'd start in first person even like.
I would kind of agree with Max on first person, because then you can see how close you are to the ground when you're leaning and stuff.
Third person is pretty hard. Like I don't know how to describe it. It's just hard.
I think it's all. Yeah, I think that's true. I think it's all personal preference too. Like, if you like this view, right? If you like that third person view of like everybody around you, definitely use it. It's not going to hurt you. It's not going to make you slower, faster. FOV doesn't do anything for you. It's all about personal preference. So if you like having that first person point of view coming into corners, and change it up, test it out.
If you're coming from MES4 and that's all third person, and you're coming into MX bikes, it's not even close to the same thing.
Yeah, definitely not close.
Those two games you can't compare to each other at this point.
So that's why, like, stick to something completely different. Go to first person.
But yeah, so I enjoy first person after learning it, but definitely personal preference and just enjoy what you're doing, right? And then Wide said, yeah, just learn how to use the mechanics and then learn how to oppo. I mean, I don't even know if you can still oppo in this game, but...
Oh, dude, yes, you can. Ozzy's been throwing nasty oppos, dude. Like,
Kinda did it right there.
First person, it looks so cool.
To get better, play tracks like LOM. Oh, yeah, and like, to get better and when you're practicing, right, one of our points is to play the harder tracks off, like on a trial mode and the testing mode. Play those harder tracks like Lommel, which is a sand track, which is very, very difficult to learn. But once you play those, don't get frustrated. Don't get frustrated on it. But I also wouldn't say use Lommel as like your first 100 hours. I would wait 100 hours before you even get to Lommel.
I don't even think I've ever even played Lommel.
And then go from there. But
I don't want to play Lommel anymore with Beta 17 with the sand.
because like regular tracks aren't going to help you improve. I think going to like not necessarily Lommel, right? But other tracks like Redbud will help you improve. This track right here will help you improve that we're playing right here. This is the new Paula. But I think those tracks, and I think Lamo is like the test of the tests, like one of the harder tracks that you can pick from. So once you get to that point, you know that you're going to be doing well. So, oh, definitely. Why? Definitely. Like once you get to Lommel, once you get to that comfortability of playing on Lommel, everything else will become easier for you. 100%. So, and if you want to get good at MX bikes all around, you just got to put in the time. Yep. You got to put in that time. Practice and patience, man. Practice and patience will literally do wonders, like Yorks is saying. So, like, those honestly, we just gave you like a bunch of different random like stuff, but I think the main things are have fun in the game. Don't get frustrated. Don't get flustered. Enjoy it. Enjoy the process. Patience is going to be key. Watching other people is going to be key. And just practicing the game over and over and over again until you get to the point where you feel comfortable at it. Those are my key takeaways. So let me know what you guys think. This is for the comments below. Put a comment down below what you guys think is the most important thing for learning MX bikes. I want to read them. I want to see what you guys have to say. What do you guys think about my points? Put a comment down below what you guys think about my points as well. And then we'll try to make another video. Probably not. Probably won't make another video, but just let me know what you guys think, and we'll go from there. So hope you guys enjoyed this one. Chat, this is an outro for a YouTube video while I'm riding, okay? But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. We'll be back next time. So much love. YouTube, what's going on? Exhibit here, bringing you a brand new video.